Hello everyone, welcome to the very first GMME video. I'm going to be taking you through GCSE Maths all of the way from the start to the finish, so the entire course, and I hope it's useful to some of you. So we're going to be starting with a very quick one and a very easy one, types of number and BODMAS. So this is basically like the fundamentals of everything going forward. So the content, we're going to go through the different types of numbers. I'm going to break this down into rational and irrational numbers. And then we're going to end it off with a quick analogy of BODMAS. So, going straight into it, rational versus irrational. So you have these things called irrational numbers. And you might be wondering, what is an irrational number? Well, I'll tell you. It is written as a fraction, and it is a number that is very common. So these are things that you will see all of the time. It's whole numbers, so it could be 1, 2, 3, minus 10, minus 12. It could be a fraction, so any fraction you can think of, a half, a quarter, a fifth, 3/2. It can also be any type of decimal, and it can end or repeat. So you might be thinking that covers nearly every single number. What could an irrational number be? So irrational numbers, they cannot be written as fractions, and they never end or repeat. So these types, we're going to be going into more detail with them later on in the series, and they're usually when you get towards the more theory-based maths and the harder-based maths. So the two types are square roots, such as square root of a fifth or a 7, and they are special symbols. So you can get like pi, and when you later go down towards A level, you get E. Order of operation. Now, if I gave you a book, and you open that book, and it had any text in it, so we'll go with a plug here, subscribe to GMME, you read every single sentence, assuming you're reading in English, from left to right. Now, what if I told you, with maths, that is not always true? You can't always solve an equation from left to right. So you might be thinking, well, what is the order? What is the order of operation that I would do? So it's very easy to remember. It's brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, and finally subtraction. So as you can see on the left, it spells out BODMAS. It's kind of a quick way to remember. Orders is towards the power 2, so that's a square or a square root. And that's basically everything for the very first video. So going through a quick of a recap. Rational numbers, they're basically your everyday numbers. They are fractions, decimals, whole numbers like 1, 2, 3, negative numbers. Irrational numbers, they're more towards symbol side or never ending, such as pi or infinite numbers. And then finally, we looked at BODMAS. So like I was saying, you can't just read an equation left to right. You have to apply the rules of BODMAS before you do that. If any of this is confusing, it's always better to apply it. So I recommend watching the Q&A videos. They are videos that go through each of these slides, but with a question added on as well. And please leave a comment and subscribe and let me know for any more future video ideas. Thank you.